I haven't stopped laughing. And it's because of the stories that are coming up after I've spoken.
Ali Mooney's fault.
And so I've been laughing so much. So anyway, I do apologise that. And in future reference, this is a table to avoid if you need to get up and speak. So, Pecha Kucha Master, yeah, we'll see about that. I decided to do a Pecha Kucha about the rules of Pecha Kucha. So you know what it's about. I really am going to encourage you to put your name down for January. I'm not going to be here, hence that's why I offered to do it today. When I was looking at the National Speakers Australia Convention, and I was looking at the streams in the program, there was one stream which mentioned that Pecha Kucha is getting more and more popular, and more speakers actually have to get familiar with doing it, because it's actually a way to showcase your talent very, very quickly. So that's just something to remember before you put your name down at the end of this evening. So it is 20 slides, 20 seconds. Welcome, Pecha Kuchis. Listen to what I say. These are the rules here. This is how to play. Pecha Kucha is my tribe, man. You need to know the rules. Ain't nothing like a normal speech. You were never taught this in schools. So listen very carefully to every word and learn. Because January will come around and then it's your turn. The clock is ticking. You have 6 minutes and 40 seconds to open with impact, give a key message, a story, and a call to action. But whatever you do, do not panic. Because panic is manic. And when you get panicked, your throat dries and you start speaking really quickly and you start walking aimlessly around the room and do really weird things with your hands. Don't panic. Just relax and have fun. So you need to know the structure of Pecha Kucha, and we've mentioned it already. It is 20 slides, 20 seconds. But you have a bit of flexibility around that. It can be 18 seconds on one slide and 22 on the other. That's up to you. You have 6 minutes and 40 seconds to deliver 20 slides. So you need to know the structure. And then, what is your objective of your Pecha Kucha? Is it going to be to entertain? Is it going to be to inspire? To evoke passion and desire? To make a difference, to inform? Whatever you do, just be on for. What is your objective? And don't forget the humour. You can add humour. You can create humour. You can reveal humour. But whatever you do, don't force humour. The audience is going to laugh more when you're natural and authentic. So what is your story? Well, I'm here as your Pecha Kucha Master because I've done one Pecha Kucha before. According to Elias, Mr. President, that makes me a master to come and speak to you tonight. Yeah. But it was awesome. It was so much fun. And it is your opportunity to present the best of yourself in 6 minutes and 40 seconds. So I dare you to take up that challenge. And I dare you to be different. To actually decide to go outside your comfort zone. Because that is where the magic happens. And for many of you, this will be outside your comfort zone. But go find the magic. Because it's absolutely awesome. Now, as speakers, we all know the most important parts of any speech. Your opening and your close. Same with Pecha Kucha. But what's going to make yours different? You're going to be there with a lot of speakers. What's going to make you stand out in your opening and your close? And you need to start thinking about that now. You've got 6 minutes and 40 seconds to make an impact. And then don't forget WIFM. We know what it stands for. It does not stand for wife is in foul mood. It stands for what's in it for me. And in 6 minutes and 40 seconds, your audience is still thinking, what's in it for me? So you need to consider what is in your Pecha Kucha for your audience. And then don't forget the power of the pause. We know we need to pause before we start. We know we need to pause when there's laughter. We know we need to pause when there's impact. But in 6 minutes and 40 seconds, you haven't got a lot of room to pause. but you need some. Because the last thing you want to do is to stand on your paws. Because if you stand on your paws, you get the wrong reaction. Your audience is bewildered, confused, they don't know whether to laugh with you, and you're going to annoy them. So don't stand on your paws. So at the end of your speech is your final call to action. That's what you're going to leave everybody in that room with. Your call to action. What's it going to be? A statement, a statistic, a challenge, a question? What is going to make you memorable after 6 minutes and 40 seconds? So, are you ready? The only way you can be truly ready is to practice, practice, practice. Pecha Kucha is about topic and timing. It's about presentation and precision. It's about milliseconds, not minutes. So are you ready? And you need to make sure your slides are automated. So they're going to flick over at the right time for you. And make sure your slides are more images than words. There's nothing worse than being in the audience and reading this beautiful quote up on the screen. And we all read at different speeds. And you're halfway through this wonderful quote. And before you know it, the slide has changed. The presenter's moved on, and you're frantically struggling to catch up. Don't leave your audience behind. They won't like you. So start crafting your speech now. You have Christmas. You have the holidays. You have amazing stories to incorporate into your Pecha Kucha. Just make sure you practice and practice. So what can go wrong? Everything, if you don't practice. But if you do, get on that stage, make sure everything's working, get on that stage, rock that stage, and have an amazing time. Because you have only 20 slides of 20 seconds, which is 6 minutes 40 of automated, awesome, fun. So, did you listen carefully to every word I said? Because if you didn't do that, you need looking at in the head. If you want to have some fun, please give this a go. Because there'll be people in that audience who may just book you, you know. So go ahead, put your name down. It will be all right. You know you can rock this. I'm Linda Guirey. Good night.
Do something else.
Brilliant.
Are there any questions?
Outstanding. Yes.
Linda, I noticed you had animations. So I guess the question is, what is the definition of a slide? Because a slide can have many, many changes before it's another slide. Yeah?
Yep. So it is, I did have animations, but I did have only 20 slides.
So is that called one slide? So
One slide, and then the words come in at the right time, but you still only have about 20 seconds, so you've got to then do your animation at the right size.
Right.
The rule you have to automate the whole thing?
Yes.
Or could you have to automate?
You can't just click.
There's no way you can then get to 6 minutes. If anybody timed me, it should have been 6 minutes and 39 seconds.
Okay.
So you're not going to be able to do that and keep up with the right timing unless you're looking at the time doing it.
John, you ramble.
So, yeah. Otherwise you'll run over time.
I love
And it is about 6 minutes.
Sign
How
me
many
up.
hours have you put in to get this right?
Quite a few. However, that's part of the fun,
Yeah.
is actually working out the timing and what you can say
Yeah.
and allowing for some of the pause. And it doesn't matter if you stop for a little bit and you're aware that the next slide's flicking over. So it was quite a lot of practice. But in saying that, I mean, I'd do it again.
Are you on presenter mode?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. So I have practiced that just being on slide mode, so I also, if I wasn't able to use that, I could still do it, but presenter mode.
What's presenter mode?
Have you got a Mac?
No.
Move into the 21st century. Good on you.
Basically, I can
See
my
John
notes
Shack, he'll
and
sell you one.
You can see your notes and you can see what's coming next.
Thank you.
But it is really worth it. It is really worth with it, and somebody said, what can you do in sort of 6 minutes, 40 seconds? If you're going to have speaker bureaus, you just need to wow them with whatever you want to do, whether it's your humour or whether it's just one story. But they're going to know how you command the stage and how you do it. So I just encourage you to do it, because when I did it the first time, I was petrified. When I finished it, it was awesome.
Yeah. It's the perfect close. You've got a 6-minute close that you could put into any keynote anywhere. That's just amazing. I was really impressed.
Oh, thank you.
You've got, what I mean is, what you've
Yeah.
just done, you could do in
Yeah.
the last 6 minutes of any keynote at any point anywhere. Look
Yeah.
beautiful.
Actually, we can give, Elias, we can give people a link to see what they did up in, the samples that are on YouTube from Singapore, where my friend of mine actually did it in Singapore, a New Zealander. And they put up the previous year's presentations, all of the 7 of them, so that people had an idea. So we had Linda's and I you can see others. So there's a huge variety of what we can do, huge flexibility. So we could put that out, couldn't we, Alice, in a link? I've got the link for it. We can put that out so everybody can look at it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, put your name down. Or was it, shall I?